Better. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a little program that we like to call the XFL. That's right, the X-Pound Fantasy League, the good XFL. We are here once again for our weekly shenanigans that are once again running a little bit late. It's Monday of the following week. We apologize. We're catching up. I am, as always, James Phoenix. With me tonight is the Queen of Hearts, Tiff.
Hello.
Unfortunately, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's fine. Keep going.
That's not
We're
fine.
good.
I shouldn't cut you off. That's not right. You're equal opportunity X-Pound here. Anyway, Jeff could not join us this evening. Unfortunately, he's suffering from a bit of a cold, and his voice is a little froggy and messed up, and he didn't want to come on the air with that, which is completely understandable. But if you're watching Jeff, because I did send him the link. Hi.
Hey there, Jeff. Hope you feel better.
Yeah, I sent him the link on Skype. I don't know if he got it.
But if he's watching, hi.
Yeah, let me text him. Let him know it's a link on Skype. Live now. Okay, now he knows. Anyway, so like I said, we're a little behind. This is tonight's show. We are recapping for last week. That would be the 25th and 26th of February that we'll be recapping tonight. And tonight's episode, XFL 225-19, we're back, a superstar story. And if you get that reference, thank you for being a 90s kid. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start off by checking the scores, as we usually do. And I do have Jeff's 205 scores, by the way, so we will still have that tonight. Now, if I recall correctly, Tiff, you weren't here last week, if I recall correctly.
Well, then that's why I didn't have the scores.
That's why I figured that was the reason. I don't think you were here last week. I'm pretty sure you gave us the scores, and then we ended up moving to the next. I don't remember what happened, but I don't think you were here on the last video, if memory serves correctly. Any viewers out there can back us up on that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, let me go ahead and engage the screen share so we can take a look at the scores and where we stand. And boom. Okay. So, as you can see, currently in the lead at 62.08 is still the extremely legit Yes Movement. That's Jeff's team. Tiff over here is in second at 57.83. And just about 2,000 points behind is me, the Big Dogs Club, at 37.92. But luckily, as you saw by the shirt I'm wearing tonight, the Big Dog has returned to hopefully save the club and maybe make this not so horrible of a season ender for me. We will find out.
Tune in next time, kids, and we'll find out.
Pretty much. Same bad time, same bad channel.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Exactly. Anyway, so that's where we're at with the scores right now. It is worth noting, and we're not going to correct this week, but the scores are still going to be a little inaccurate because we have not yet assigned any of the NXT superstars that came up. Ricochet, Aleister Black, Gargano, or Ciampa, assuming Ciampa is actually called up. I'm not even sure. But we're going to have to assign some of those guys and do a couple of other adjustments. So the scores at the end of tonight's recording will not be 100% accurate because we do have to adjust for those folks. So let's go over and check the leaderboards first of all. Right at the top of the leaderboards is the Raw Women's Champion, Rhonda Rousey, clocking in at 487 points. Followed in second place by the Intercontinental Champion, Finn Balor, at 456. Daniel Bryan, the WWE Champion, clocking in at 384. Akira Tozawa's at 373. Seth freaking Rollins coming in at 355. Sasha Banks, one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions, at 353. Followed by the other half of the Women's Tag Team Champions, Bayley, at 330. Baron Corbin coming in at 322. The man, Becky Lynch, at 312. And rounding out the top 10, holding in there, is Dean Ambrose at 301. So that is where we are at with the leaderboards. And we do have a few things down here we have not added in. Appearances from legends like Road Dogg and Jeff Jarrett. Obviously, we don't always count those, but we do note them. But mainly these four gentlemen who are going for this recording. This will be their second week that they'll be being scored for. So we're going to have at least three of them are, at least Ricochet and Aleister Black are regularly appearing. The other two, I don't know. Gargano did drop his North American title 4 days after winning it to the Velveteen Dream, though. So I'm assuming he's coming up permanently. But we're going to have to address some roster assignments there. We'll work on that before next week's show when we have Jeff here again, and all three of us can discuss it and work it out. So let's go ahead and put these in alphabetical order. Boom. Also worth noting, by the way, we're all going to have to add in a couple more things that you'll see for this week. The name of the episode is because we had a lot of returns this week. There is one we have to add back on the roster, and that's Matt Hardy, who returned on SmackDown, but we will get to that in a short while. And I will note him at the bottom for this week, and we'll add him back in later. So for now, let us begin with Monday Night Raw, as we are wont to do.
As per the usual.
Yep, so we will kick off. As per usual, the recaps are coming from the Raw deal with John Canton and also from the standard recaps provided on Raja.com. So we're going to use both of those. So let's kick it off and see what happened. All right, so we opened up with a video package of Roman Reigns announcing his leukemia had returned and leaving the WWE, and then opened the program proper with the return of Roman Reigns coming out to the ring, being heavily cheered by the audience. And Roman gets in the ring and wearing his new t-shirt that they designed, because of course he has new merch. And greeted all the fans. And the shirt, by the way, says, "We fight, we overcome, we believe." So that's a cool shirt. Available now on WWEshop.com. So Roman Reigns greeted the fans, and fun note, former WCW champion David Arquette was actually in the crowd. So that was random. And apparently both Roman's mom and The Rock's mom were actually both there in attendance, and he hugged them both, so that's cool. So Reigns got in the ring and posed, grabbed a mic. The fans chanted, "Welcome back" at him. And Roman said that he's going to say this a lot, but he's going to start off by saying, "Thank you. I missed y'all." And he said that there's no job like this and no other fan base like this. Some fans started up a "This is your yard" chant. And he said, Roman said that he used to say that this is his yard, but that this is our yard. He talks about being a man of faith and believing in God, and that he believes that God is looking out for him, but he was terrified and scared and didn't know if he wanted to share that secret with the world, and was scared because he didn't know how people would react. He talks about how when he got home after his announcement back in October, the support he got was overwhelming, and he thanked everybody for it. And he said that it wasn't just WWE fans, it was everyone and everybody surrounding him with love and support. And he said that, talking about how so many people prayed for him that God's voicemail was full. He said that it was great to be surrounded by the loving grace of the fans, and talked about how he could do anything with that type of strength and love. And then said that strength gave him new purpose, and said that in WWE, you want to try to climb the mountain to be at the top when you're competing in the ring. And for him, he's going to use the WWE platform to raise awareness and to support those in need just like he was. He talks about how when he made the announcement, he said he was going to swing for the fences. And he says that we didn't just swing for the fences, we hit a home run. He says he's so humbled, grateful, and honored to announce this. The good news is, I'm in remission, y'all. Huge cheers, standing ovation, and Rowan said, with that being said, the big dog is back. Bam. Thank you so much, y'all. I love y'all. As Roman was leaving, Seth Rollins' music hit, and he came out and embraced Roman on the stage. So that's a big old promo to Roman Reigns. Glad to have him back. Let's see how many points Roman can rack up between now and WrestleMania.
It might be close yet.
You got 1 month, Roman. Don't let me down, buddy.
And then we also got to count for Kevin Owens because he's back now too.
Oh, that's it. We have all kinds of returns this week. There are 4 major returns this week, 2 on each show. We're going to talk about them as we go. Hence the title of the episode, We're Back, a Superstar Story. All right. So following that promo, Aleister Black made his entrance, and we see a video package from his NXT run, and then Ricochet came out, and we saw a highlight reel for him as well. And our opening match of the evening is the Revival, the Raw Tag Team Champions, taking on the team of Aleister Black and Ricochet, who are apparently a team now. We'll also address that later. So the Revival, having come out first and already being in the ring, due to there being a commercial break between the Roman promo and now, proceeded to attack Aleister Black and Ricochet before the bell rang. But the faces cleaned house and knocked the Revival guys out of the ring, and Ricochet followed this with a suicide dive onto Dash Wilder, and Aleister Black followed with a dive onto Dawson. Before we throw to another commercial break. Just can't get enough of those.
Guess not.
And we come back to the actual match, which is the Revival versus Ricochet and Aleister Black. Ricochet started off in the ring when Aleister Black teamed in, threw some kicks at Wilder, kicked Dawson right off the apron, and then hit a moonsault on Wilder. We saw Bobby Roode and Chad Gable, who were in the back watching on a TV monitor. Dawson then tagged in with a sunset flip on Aleister Black, impressively. Only got a 2 off it, though. Followed it up with a DDT for another 2. Ricochet then nailed a moonsault off the apron, took out Wilder on the floor. Meanwhile, in the ring, Aleister Black hit the Black Mass kick on Dawson for the pinfall after a very short 3-minute match. So that was pretty straightforward. So let's see what we got here. We'll do the Revival first because they lost, as we are wont to do. So let's see here. So Dash Wilder gets 5 points for being in a match, and he gets 4 for assaulting the other team before the match started, so that's 9 for Dash Wilder.
No move points.
No move points.
Even 250.
Yep. It's interesting because I've noticed that the Revival really don't have individual moves. All their signatures and finishers are double team moves. They are a tag team through and through. It's kind of interesting because you don't normally see that. Normally, the individual guys will at least have one move they're known for.
Oh, yeah.
Not surprising. Meanwhile, Scott Dawson is going to get himself 5 points for being in the match. And once again, the Revival don't really do individual moves, so that's pretty much what he gets. And also, again, the 4 for the pre-match assault. So that's 9 points for Scott Dawson as well. Which is going to put him at 226. All right. So rolling on from that, we cut to the backstage area for Baron Corbin, where he's interviewed by Charlie Caruso. And Charlie Caruso reminded him that he said in the past that he didn't want Roman Reigns to come back. But Corbin counters saying that he never said those things. And Charlie said that they had the footage of him saying those things. And Corbin panicked and said that I didn't mean all that. I was under the stress of being the general manager of Monday Night Raw. And nobody, not even Roman Reigns, could understand what I was going through. Caruso then insinuated that it was as if Corbin was saying what he went through as GM was worse than Roman Reigns dealing with leukemia. And Corbin proceeded to brush this off while suggesting that Roman Reigns should stay out of his way. Okay. WWE, I know you haven't figured this out yet, but Baron Corbin does not have heel heat. Baron Corbin has X-Pac heat. Stop pushing him. Thank you.
And for those who don't know what X-Pac heat means, can you explain it?
Yeah, basically, basically, heat is a term that is used in wrestling to indicate when somebody is either popular with the fans as a good guy or hated by the fans as a bad guy. The problem is, as famously done by X-Pac, there can be a point where the fans don't hate you because they're supposed to hate you because they're the bad guy. They just hate you because they legitimately hate you as a wrestler.
Oh.
That is X-Pac heat. That is where it's not that it's not that they don't like you because they're not supposed to like you because you're a bad guy, like say when Jericho was playing a bad guy and is very good at it. It's just when they don't like you because you're badly booked or you suck at your job or whatever, and they just don't like you. That is what we call X-Pac heat. And for example, Big Cass had X-Pac heat. Nobody liked or gave a crap about Big Cass. And it wasn't because he was supposed to be a bad guy. It's because he was booked horribly, had a bad attitude, and was a shitty wrestler. So there you go.
There you go.
So the guy who invented, heat that we hate you for being shitty as opposed to heat that we're supposed to hate you for, being inducted into the Hall of Fame this year. We've reached that point.
Who's that?
X-Pac. He's in DX. They're being inducted as a group this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds like it's a play on Tupac.
It might be. I honestly don't know. I've never checked with Sean Waltman. Now, that's not to say that Sean Waltman was always crap, mind you. The 1, 2, 3 kid was awesome. Sean Waltman is, in fact, a talented wrestler. It was just that while he was X-Pac, there were problems that made the audience hate him. And not because they were supposed to, because he was playing a bad guy. Anyway, now I lost my spot.
We just finished scoring the revival.
Right, thank you. Okay, I remembers now. So let's go to the faces. Oh, you're right.
Wait a second.
I went down to the Corbin promo and I forgot to score the faces. Whoops.
Yeah. I just realized that.
Okay. That's spiritual botch points to me. Anyway, let's go ahead and score Ricochet. So Aleister Black got a pinfall on this. So Ricochet is going to get himself 15 points for being on the winning team. He's going to get 5 points for competing in this match. And he's going to get 1 point for hitting a moonsault. And I'm going to go ahead and give him a point for a suicide dive, if only because I feel like being a cruiserweight guy, that's probably a move of his. That's one of those subjective things I'm just going to decide on the fly. So Ricochet will get himself 22 points. So he's going to be down on the bottom here. So he'll get 22, puts him at 89. And Aleister Black is going to get himself 20 points for winning this match. He's going to get 5 points for being in this match. It's 25. And he's going to get 1 point for a moonsault press and 1 point for the Black Mass kick. It's 27 points to Aleister Black. Once again, he's at the bottom. Why am I scrolling up?
I don't know. Why are you?
I don't know. Anyway, that's 90 points for Aleister Black. Also, make a mental note, Tiff, when we have our discussion about updating rules for the next season, I feel like we might need to make a ruling on the counting of suicide dives, because freaking everybody does that move now.
Okay.
I feel like there are certain specific people, like say Balor and Rollins, could probably still get it, but I feel like there's a lot of instances where we might not want to use that anymore. It's just becoming way too common of a move, which sucks because that hurts the impact. It used to be a very impactful thing when people did it, and now it's like nobody cares. I hate it when they do that. Anyway, rolling on. Let's go to the next segment.
Rolling.
Yes. So anyway, Baron Corbin gets promo for being an asshole. As we've covered that already. And then after that, we see a screenshot of there are some legends in the house tonight for the birthday party of the Nature Boy Ric Flairs 70th birthday, but they're not getting any points because it's a one-off appearance, and they're not on the roster. So the first was Shawn Michaels, though, who appeared on a red carpet. He was with Dasha Fuentes, who interviewed him, and he was wearing an NXT hat. And Johnny Gargano walked up to Shawn to greet him, so that's cool. I will give Johnny Gargano 3 points for a mini promo for doing that, though. We had that in there. We then get a video from WWE Hall of Famer Snoop Dogg, who gives a 70th birthday wish to Ric Flair. Faux shizzle. And then we go to the ring for Elias,
where he tries to sing again.
Yeah, why did you heel turn Elias again, WWE? He was doing great as a face, and you fucked it up for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
You fail. Anyway, Elias tries to play a song, but gets interrupted by the entrance of Lacey Evans, who does her usual walk down the ramp, turn around, and then walk back up the ramp and leave thing. Elias then tries to play again, but this time gets interrupted by Dean Ambrose. And Ambrose said that all this celebrating has him in a festive mood, and he feels good. Positivity is flowing through his veins. So he wanted to issue a challenge to Drew McIntyre, but this time he wants a no disqualification match. Elias proceeds to complain about how Ambrose interrupted him, while saying that he was going to sing about how he loved Atlanta. And Elias said that Atlanta can host the Super Bowl, but they can't win it, which got a boo from the crowd. That's how you get legitimate heel heat, by the way, just for the record, folks at home. And Ambrose then asked him to play certain songs, including Yankee Doodle. And then Ambrose said he wanted to hear Dirty Deeds. Elias swung a guitar at him, but he ducked it and hit Elias with the Dirty Deeds. So there you go. So it's going to be a mini to Lacey Evans for whatever this thing is that she's doing week in and week out. Presumably because they have no idea what the hell to actually do with her, although I hear she's in line for a pretty good push. We'll see if that pans out. And then Dean Ambrose is going to get 5 for a promo and 1 for a Dirty Deeds. And 6 points to Dean Ambrose. And then Elias is going to get 5 points for the promo. And that's about it because he didn't actually connect with the guitar. So, yeah, promo to Elias. Okay. Did it, done it, own it. Moving on. We go to a commercial. We come back for the commercial. We see a shot of the red carpet area where Ricky the Dragon Steamboat gets interviewed by Dasha Fuentes. So that's cool. We then get the entrance of the Riot Squad made their entrance prior to the commercial, and we now get the entrance of their opponents, Natalya and her tag team partner, the Raw Women's Champion, Rowdy Ronda Rousey. We see the images of Becky beating up Charlotte and Rhonda with crutches at the Elimination Chamber the night before. Sorry, not the night before, the week before. Let me amend that. To remind us what's going on. We then have the aforementioned women's tag team match playa, which unfortunately ended in... See, this recap says a no contest, but I feel like it was a DQ.
You're asking the wrong person because I didn't see it.
Yeah, I know. Luckily, let me check the other recap because I have both. Let's see. Yeah, that will be Rhonda and Natalya win via DQ, which is what I thought. But since we do have a conflict, we're going to do what we do best, and that's check WWE.com for official verification. Let's find out what the official ruling on that is. Oh, random fun fact for the people at home. Exclusive travel packages for this year's SummerSlam are available today at 12 noon Eastern Time. That's going to be at the Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. There you go, Tiff.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder if any famous Canadian superstars will show up. Maybe Edge and Christian, Trish Stratus, who knows? Bret Hart.
Tyson Kidd?
Well, Tyson, I don't know. Tyson Kidd is in the back. He works the back. He doesn't really appear on TV much. So he can cameo with Natalia. It's not like people don't know they're married. I can see it. Let's see what we got here. All right, the ruling on this match. Let's see.
Was DQ.
It doesn't say it just says Becky Lynch was arrested for attacking the champion. That's not helpful.
Doesn't it usually rule in the DQ?
Yeah, I mean, she attacked the face team, so it makes sense to me to be a DQ. That's what I'm leaning toward. But WWE has not ruled it anyway, so I'm ruling it a DQ. Are you okay with that, Tiff?
Yeah.
All right, we're ruling the match a DQ in favor of the faces. Sounds like a plan. So then let's go to the match here. So first off, Liv Morgan is going to get herself 5 points for accompaniment, and then 6 points for interfering in the match. It's 11 points to Liv Morgan. $133. All right, let's see. Then we're going to go to the heel team. Here we go. So the heel team did not do any moves in this match, as far as I was able to gather. Sucks to be all of them. But
I know it's true.
Yeah.
I know.
What?
Oh, it's a song by Prozac.
Prozac? The drug?
I guess so.
Okay, then.
If you've ever seen the music videos, they're kind of like cartoonish music videos. You never really seen their faces.
Okay, then. That's different. Anywho.
There's a lyric. There's a lyric that says, "It sucks to be you. I know. Sucks to be you. I know it's true."
Alrighty then. That is weird.
Look it up.
Okay. Anyway, both Ruby Riott and Sarah Logan are going to get themselves 5 points for being in this match. They were not intentionally disqualified, so they don't lose points for that, but there's no win points associated either. So basically, they're just going to get 5 points each. And Sarah Logan would be the other one. Where is she? Down here somewhere. There we go. 27. Okay. All right. Meanwhile, on the face team, Natalia and Becky each get 5 points for being in the match as well. They have moves. And with a DQ, no intentionality on either side, so...
No win points there.
Nope, so basically it's just 5 plus moves, which means Natalia gets 7 and Rhonda gets 8. Seven would be 204. Yep. All right. Oh, I see. Okay, so it's a band name. It's not the drug. Okay.
Yeah.
Luckily, a friend of mine is watching and just sent me a still shot of the one of the music videos. Thank you. All right. So now, where was I? Over here. Okay, so he did that.
Yep.
So then Becky Lynch showed up in the crowd, and like we mentioned, the DQ was caused by Becky's interference, which she's going to get. Ronda Rousey then went after her, and they attacked each other, and some police officers that were probably indie dudes in cheap Halloween costumes proceeded to pull them apart and arrest Becky Lynch, as the instruction was that if she did this crap again, she was going to get arrested. And the crowd booed Becky Lynch being taken away. So that is going to be Becky Lynch with an interference and an assault. Actually, technically, Rhonda should get assault points for attacking Becky, too. So actually, give Rhonda 4 assault points. And then Becky will get the interference at assault, which is 10 points to Becky. Okay. So following that, we cleared the ring out. And once Becky Lynch was arrested, Ronda Rousey said it was time to end this and called for Vince McMahon to come out to the ring. But instead, she got Stephanie. And Rousey again demanded that Stephanie reinstate Becky Lynch for the WrestleMania match. And Stephanie replied that she just saw Becky Lynch and saw her getting loaded into a police car because she's been arrested. And Ronda told Stephanie to tell her daddy. And Stephanie said that Ronda's opponent is Charlotte Flair. The fans booed this. And then said that Becky is a victim of her own actions, her own emotions. She's a loose cannon. And Becky Lynch did this to Becky Lynch. Gee, where have I heard something like that before?
I'm trying to think, but nothing's coming to mind.
Brett screwed Brett.
Okay.
Montreal screwjob joke? No? Okay.
No, not familiar with it.
Vince didn't screw Brett. Brett screwed Brett. It's a reference to the Montreal screwjob.
I understand what you're saying, but I don't get the reference.
The reference is that Vince would basically Becky Lynch did this to Becky Lynch. Brett screwed Brett. It's a McMahon using that same circular logic about the superstar being picked on and claiming it's their own fault.
I understand all that. However, I didn't see that era of it, so I didn't get the reference at first.
Gotcha. To be honest, the Brett screwed Brett thing almost came up way the hell later during that time where Brett returned and then had a really shitty WrestleMania match against Vince, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, so Stephanie followed this up by adding that instead of being on the road to WrestleMania, Becky Lynch is on the road to jail. And Ronda countered by asking Stephanie, what's best for business, and says that what's best for business is Rousey versus Becky versus Charlotte in a triple threat match at WrestleMania, and asked Steph what this would mean to Stephanie's daughters, being one of the biggest women's matches of all time. Stephanie counters that her answer is a hard no, and then she tries to leave, but Ronda told her to make the damn match. Stephanie replied that Ronda has a bad attitude and that nobody is bigger than the WWE. Rousey then said that she is the Raw Women's Champion, but now she just defends it against who is chosen. She had a bit of trouble getting, and basically she kind of goes on about how, I came here to be a legitimate, I came here to be, like a competitor. I didn't come here, to defend against people who deserve it and people who want a chance. I think I'm here to deserve it to fight, defend it against who I'm told to defend it against. Simply put, I have bled enough in my life that I have enough money that I don't have to do this. You don't own me the way you own these other women back here. My livelihood is not dependent upon you. And if this is how you're going to act, then I have no problem basically calling your bluff. And said that, Vince claims that he's a man and makes all the tough decisions, and it's time for him to make the right decision. Rhonda then lays the Raw Women's Championship at Stephanie's feet and leaves the ring and the arena, presumably. So that is a promo to Rhonda. What's there? 5. That's going to be 5:04. Nice. Rhonda still with that commanding lead.
Indeed.
All right, let's see what else. We got a video from Stone Cold Steve Austin wishing Ric Flair a happy birthday. Actually, random question. Should Stephanie get 5 points since since the McMahons are practically in the storyline at this point, particularly Stephanie?
Probably.
All right, we'll give Stephanie 5 points because this was really part of the storyline. It was authority figure, but it was more than authority figure, so I will count it. We have a video from Stone Cold Steve Austin wishing Ric Flair a happy birthday and calling him the greatest of all time. And then have a replay of the promo. We then see Stephanie backstage with the Raw Women's title, and Triple H walked up to her and said they're going to have to figure out what to do. I'm not giving points for that. We then cut to Jinder Mahal in the ring with the Singh brothers, and Jinder Mahal says that, he is absolutely offended that he was not invited to Ric Flair's birthday party. And asks, what did Ric Flair ever accomplish? And how are you possibly going to have a party without the modern day Maharaja?
Mm-hmm.
So, also that he is so pissed off, he has issued an open challenge to anybody that is invited to Ric Flair's birthday party.
And outwalk Batista.
No.
No?
No. Batista came later.
Okay.
Outwalked Kurt Angle.
Okay.
Who proceeded to march down the ring, and Kurt Angle got distracted by the Singh brothers, and Mahal hit a cheap shot right off the mat, then applied a chin lock. But Angle then came back, some punches, German suplex, then a triple German suplex. Then got distracted by the Singh brothers again, so he knocked them off the apron, then reversed a Colossus, then tapped Mahal out with an ankle lock, and then hit each of the Singh brothers with a German suplex after the match for good measure. Your former WWE champion, Jinder Mahal, everybody. Yeah, okay. WWE, I'm going to give a word of advice here. I can see why you keep Jinder Mahal around as a heel and whatnot, but, let the Singh brothers go back to being the Bollywood boys. They're incredibly talented cruiserweight wrestlers, and they're being wasted right now. You could do better. Anyway, so the Singh brothers are going to get themselves 6 points for interfering in the match and 5 for accompanying Jinder down. So it's 11 points to each Singh brother. Which, let's see, Samir will get, that'll be putting him at 80. All right. We're then going to have Jinder Mahal, who's going to get 5 points for being in this match. And that's about it. So 5 points to Jinder Mahal. Oh, and 4 for his pre-match promo complaining about the party. So actually 9 points to Jinder Mahal.
No move points?
No move points. Just got his ass kicked.
Of course he did.
Yeah, that's what he's good for these days. All right. Kurt Angle gets 20 points for winning a match. He gets 5 points for being in said match.
It's 25.
At 25. He gets 5 moves. It's 30. He gets 3 for the
Escape.
Yeah, for the escape of the Colossus. It's 33. And 4 points for assaulting the Singh brothers after the match. Is 37 points to Kurt Angle.
You counted those suplexes that he did, right?
Yep, they're already counted. So that would be 75 and 7.
182.
Yep. Thank you. Yeah, because he had the 1 regular suplex, the triple suplex, which counts as 1, the ankle lock, and then 2 more suplexes for 5 moves total.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So after this, we had a commercial break. Nikki Bella won a Win Award for Best Actress in a Reality Show. So good for her, I guess. And then it's time.
How do you win Best Actress in a reality show if the whole point of the title is called reality, so it's like real life, and actress is all about acting? Like, how does that work?
Don't ask me, ask the people at the WIN or Win Awards. Beats the hell out of me.
I just think it's odd and possibly stupid.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I'll agree. Anyway, so Alexa Bliss proceeds to introduce her guest. Well, first of all, what's that?
Who?
I didn't say who yet.
No, I mean, did you just say Alexa Bliss?
Yes.
I thought she was on SmackDown.
Nope. Not even close.
Okay.
Don't you remember she was working for Baron Corbin, running the Raw Women's Division for a while?
Yep.
Yeah, she's been on Raw. Has not gone anywhere in a long time.
No, not wrestling as much as she used to either.
Well, that's because she's been dealing with some neck injuries. And I think it's either a neck injury or a concussion problem. I think it's a neck problem. I think she had a reparative surgery of some kind. But anyway, I mean, purportedly she's cleared now. They just don't have a storyline to use her in right now, so they're taking it easy with her. Mm-hmm. But she's great on a microphone, and using her in this talk show segment has actually been working brilliantly. So I give her props. So Alexa Bliss comes out and proceeds to rip on Ronda Rousey for giving up and walking away. And points out that she would never do that, and just notes to Stephanie the fact that if Stephanie needs someone to fill in the WrestleMania match now that Ronda's walked out, she's available. She then introduced her guest for tonight, the Intercontinental Champion, Finn Balor. Finn Balor makes his entrance, Intercontinental title around his waist and a leather jacket on. And he proceeds to sit down in the chair. And, Alexa noted that at the Elimination Chamber, Finn Balor won the Intercontinental Championship. But she said the bad thing about that, and having that title around his waist, is that it covers up his abs. And Balor replies, Alexa, you're trying to make me blush. And Alexa proceeded to reply, well, I'll tell you what, Finn, I'll make you a deal. If you take the belt off and show me your abs, then I'll show you my... And Alexa's then cut off by Leo Rush's theme music. Corey Graves proceeds to blow a fucking gasket and nearly have a stroke.
Damn, I wonder why.
What did you just ruin, Leo Rush? You know what was about to happen. The one time I don't want Leo Rush out here. So, Leo Rush proceeds to come out and basically tells Finn Balor that he does not deserve to be the Intercontinental Champion. Bobby Lashley deserves to be the Intercontinental Champion. And Finn Balor told him that if Bobby Lashley would like the title, he's welcome to come out here and challenge him. And Leo Rush replied that Lashley is preparing for a match he has against Braun Strowman later tonight. but that he said he'll pry the title off him if that's what it takes. And Balor replies, "So wait, Lio Rush, what you're telling me is that you're coming out here because you want to challenge me for the Intercontinental title to prove that between you and Bobby Lashley, you're the better superstar. That's what you're telling me." And Lio Rush is like, "Wait, no, that's not what I was saying." And like, well, I admire that tenacity, Lio Rush. I accept your challenge for an Intercontinental title match tonight. And Lio Rush tried to back out of this, and then Alexa Bliss pondered whether Lio Rush was not man enough to accept this challenge and to do the job himself of winning the title. And he replied that fine, he's going to do this, but he's going to go back and prepare for his match. But Alexa, who somehow magically knew this, and I don't know why, I don't know if she was wearing an earpiece or what, but somehow magically knew that you're not going to have time for that, Lio, because your match is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know where she got that information, considering this just got booked the hell out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That seemed really random. But anyway, Lio Rush asked if they could at least play his theme music for him, which they obliged him. And he headed down to the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And as he got to the bottom of the ramp, it switched over to Finn's music, and then he came down the ramp. And we have ourselves an Intercontinental Championship match.
Imagine if, hypothetically speaking, if Lio Rush managed to win the title bout, and then Bobby Lashley wanted the title back as well. How much of how do you think that would go over between the two of them? Considering Leo's supposedly his hype man.
That's a good question. I know. I think we might end up in a $1 million man Andre the Giant situation. I don't know if you get that reference. Hello?
Hi. No, not quite.
Okay.
But it sounds like it could be David and Goliath or something.
Well, there was a very famous situation a while back where Andre the Giant defeated Hulk Hogan for the the then WWF Championship. And then the Macho Man attempted to buy it off of him. And Andre the Giant was perfectly willing to sell it to him. But the problem is, once this transaction took place, then fictional WWF President Jack Tunney came out and informed them that such a transaction was illegal by WWF rules and that the title was therefore vacated.
Okay.
So I'd imagine they could try to pull a thing where he tries to give it to Bobby Lashley, and then Triple H is like, that's not how that works around here. Either fight each other for it or I'm vacating the damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be interesting to see. But it becomes irrelevant because Finn Balor just kicks his ass and retains the belt. So
yeah. As I said, hypothetical.
Hypothetical indeed. In the meantime, though, let's go ahead and give a promo to Alexa Bliss. And then we'll go ahead and we'll add the promos for the other guys after the match. All right, we see more people wishing Ric Flair a happy birthday, including Maria Menounos. Titus O'Neil gets interviewed on the red carpet and then hugs Sting.
Okay, you just totally skipped over Finn and Leo, though.
No, that's next. These were in the intervening when they came back for commercial before they went back to the match.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So quick promo to Titus O'Neil for being on the red carpet. Worldwide?
World slip and slide?
Yeah, pretty much. There's a sign that says that in where did I see that sign?
I don't know.
Oh no, you know what? It's in 2K19. That sign is in the video game.
Oh yeah.
Because I remember, because I was doing my fictional universe, and Jeff and Richter, who are the X-Pound Tag Team Champions, were defending against Titus Worldwide, and I remember seeing the sign. All right. So let me go to the match, in which Lio Rush starts out in control, throwing Finn out of the ring. Finn replied with a forearm to the face. Rush then sent Balor out of the ring again and hit a moonsault off the bottom rope. Then followed this up with 2 suicide dives. Then attempted his frog splash finisher, but Balor got the knees up and blocked it. Then threw Leo into a turnbuckle, then threw some chops to the chest and hit a sling blade. Rush then came back with a drop kick to the knee, who took Balor down for a minute. He then wrenched on that knee and tried to use that as a target. Balor managed to come back with an enziguri to the head and an elbow drop, but Rush countered into a roll-up for a 2, followed it up with a spin kick to the head. Got a near fall off that. Rush then went to the middle rope and hit a moonsault. Balor came back with a clothesline. He then went up and but got tripped and crotched on the rope. Leo Rush hit a top rope hurricanrana and then a roll-up for a 2 count. And then kicked out the injured leg of Balor and went for another move off the ropes, but Finn caught him with a suplex into a slam. Then managed to limp his way over to the turnbuckle, go off the top rope, and hit the coup de grace for the win. No, very cool. Overall, a good match, which is to be expected between these 2 incredibly talented superstars. So let's go ahead and score this. Boop, boop, boop. Here we go. No, not that one. Where is the... Oh, here it is. Balor Rush. I knew I had the match scored. Let's see. All right, so Leo Rush gets 5 points for being in the match. He gets 2 points for suicide dives, is 7. And 1 for the drop kick is 8 points to Leo Rush. Plus 4 for the pre-match promo is 12 points to Leo Rush.
Isn't it 5?
Oh, you're right. 5 for the promo. 13 points. Thank you. Well, what's it at? 284. And then Finn Balor is going to get himself 20 points for winning this match. He's going to get 20 points for retaining the Intercontinental Championship. It's 40. He's going to get 5 points for being in the match. It's 45. And then he's going to get himself 3 points for countering that frog splash attempt. It's 48. And then 3 moves for the sling blade, the enziguri, and the coup de grace. It is 51 points to Finn Balor. Plus 5 for the interview promo is 56 points to Finn Balor. Thank you, Finn Balor. So basically that's going to be 5-12, and I think that actually just put Finn Balor in the lead. What was Rhonda at again? Yeah, that put Finn Balor now number 1 on the leaderboards. He just surpassed Rhonda. Well done, Finn. Well done. Way to keep holding that fort down while the big dog revs himself back up. I appreciate it. All right, let's continue on. As after this, we cut backstage to Tucker of Heavy Machinery when he is approached by the Ascension. Because, yeah, that's a team that's going to intimidate anybody at this point in their careers. The fucking Ascension.
Hello? Jim. I think your headset conked out.
Hello.
There it is.
Yep, got it. Thank you. I was fixing it. Anyway. So like I was saying. So the Ascension indicate that these young guys are fresh meat, and that Otis is out back dumpster diving for cheeseburgers. And Tucker warns him that Otis doesn't like being made fun of. Otis then returns, and Tucker informs him of what they said, that Otis looked like a pig at a bowling ball, and that he was dumpster diving for cheeseburgers. And Otis proceeded to then shove the Ascension across the hallway onto the ground and said that that's what you get for messing with Heavy Machinery. So there you go. That's going to be a promo to all 4 of these men. It's pointed out to me that I had Otis Dozovic's name spelled wrong, so Dozovic. There we go. Otis Dozovic gets 5. Puts him at 76. And Tucker Knight will get 5 points. Puts him at 77. And then the Ascension, Victor will get 5 points, putting him at 30. And then Connor will get 5 points, putting him at 23. Alrighty. We then have a replay of Roman Reigns opening the show. And we then get to the back where Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush are in gorilla position, and Lashley complained about how Lio Rush was supposed to go get him a title shot, and instead took the title shot for himself.
There it is.
Yep. But Lashley said that he can't worry about that right now because he's got to worry about Braun Strowman. Lashley then asked Lio Rush if he could trust him, and Lio Rush begrudgingly said that yes, Lashley could trust him. They then headed out to the ring, and they were followed out to the ring by Braun Strowman. But unfortunately, this match never actually started because Bobby Lashley had... What?
I said, what? It never started.
No, it never started. I couldn't tell if that was the Stone Cold what. Anyway, Bobby Lashley attacked Braun Strowman before the bell rang. He attempted a suplex him, but Strowman reversed it into a suplex of his own. Lashley came back with a boot to the face and a corner splash, and then a punch to the chest. But Lashley then left the ring, so Strowman slid out the other side and hit that running shoulder tackle, then went on Lio Rush as well, and then talked some shit to Lashley for attacking him in the past. So, not even a match. So basically that's going to constitute an assault by Bobby Lashley. It's 4 points to Lashley.
He didn't do any moves?
Not really. Well, let me see here. No, he tried to do a suplex but got it countered. He did hit a boot to the face. I think that's a move. Does Bobby Lashley do a corner splash, do you know?
I'm vaguely recalling it in my head.
Okay, then that's going to be 2 points to Bobby Lashley then. So Bobby Lashley will get 6 points. It's him at 292. Braun Strowman will get 4 points for an assault. He'll get 2 points for the shoulder tackles. Is 6. And then 3 points for reversing the suplex. Is 9 points to Braun. Puts him at 203. And Lio Rush will get, we'll give him accompaniment points because he did come down with Lashley intending there to be a match. So 5 accompaniment points to Lio Rush. It's him at 289.
So it was Lashley that assaulted him from behind and not Lio. I don't know why that when you were recalling it that I was thinking it was Lio Rush. I don't know why I was thinking that.
It wasn't. I mean, Lio Rush might have gotten involved. I'm not sure. It doesn't say, but it sounds like it was just Lashley.
No, I didn't mean anything by it. It's just that for some reason, I was thinking it was Lio and not Bobby.
That's okay. Anyway, after all this, we cut to the back, where Seth Rollins is interviewed by Charlie Caruso, and he said that tonight is a fantastic night. He's been thinking about Brock Lesnar every day, and he promises he's walking out of WrestleMania as the Universal Champion. He then adds that tonight is secondary because his brother Roman is back because he's in remission, and tonight is about celebrating, and that he knows Reigns has an ice-cold beverage waiting for him. Promo to Seth freaking Rollins. So anyway, after all of that, we cut to a limo pulling up at the arena, and the door opens, revealing the legendary Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Woo! Accompanied by his lovely wife, Wendy. Insert your own Samoa Joe joke here. We then had a Black History Month video package, which they always do throughout the month of February, so that's good. We then had replays of everything that's been going on with Becky and Rhonda. Caught up on all that. We then cut into the ring where Dean Ambrose is already there and waiting for his opponent, Drew McIntyre, for this no disqualification match. And they started outside the ring with Ambrose throwing punches, then got in the ring to officially start the match. Ambrose took his belt off, revealing he had another belt on underneath it. And attempted to use the belt as a weapon, but McIntyre kicked Dean and knocked the belt out of his hands. McIntyre then took the belt and proceeded to whip Dean with the belt repeatedly. Hit him in the chest as well, then hit him with a spinebuster for a 2 count. Then hit him with the belt some more. And Ambrose countered with a clothesline that sent McIntyre out to the floor. But McIntyre caught Ambrose on the floor and drove him spine first into the barricade and then hit him belly-to-belly on the floor. Following a commercial break, Ambrose had retaken control and jumped off the ring post onto McIntyre on the floor. Then sent McIntyre into the steel stairs. Back in the ring, he gets a roll-up for a 2 and then a neckbreaker for another 2. Then whipped McIntyre with the belt for a while. McIntyre came back with a Glasgow Kiss headbutt that knocked Ambrose all the way out of the ring. McIntyre then grabbed steel steps, but Ambrose dropped toe hold on McIntyre, whose face hit the steps on the way down. Ambrose then whipped McIntyre's head into the steps repeatedly. However, Elias then showed up out of nowhere with a guitar and hit Ambrose in the back with it. He then rolled Ambrose in the ring, which allowed McIntyre to hit a Claymore kick and get the win. So that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Post-match, Baron Corbin and Bobby Lashley made their entrances. Elias joined them in the ring. Corbin hit a chokeslam backbreaker on Ambrose. Then Lashley hit him with a spear. Then Seth Rollins ran out with a steel chair, and Roman Reigns came behind him, and they took out Elias and Lashley in the aisle. Reigns hit a Superman punch. Back in the ring, Reigns hit another punch on Lashley. Rollins hit the stomp, and then Reigns hit a spear. But they left before helping Dean Ambrose up. So, there we go. So let's see where we are on points here. Excuse me. We're going to start off here. Let's start with the match itself here. So let's start off with Dean Ambrose. Wait, no, let's not even do that. Let's go with the side people first. Elias is going to get 6 points for interfering in the match and 3 for a weapon use. It's 9 points to Elias. It's going to be 206. And then we're going to follow that up with, let's do Dean Ambrose gets 5 points for being in the match. He gets 3 for being in a specialty match, is 8. And 3 for using the belt is 11 points to Dean. I'm at 318. And then we're going to go to Drew McIntyre, who will get 20 points for winning this match. He will get 10 for winning a specialty match, is 30. 5 for being in the match is 35. He will get 3 for the belt, is 38. 4 moves is 42. And then a post-match assault on Dean Ambrose is 36 points to Drew McIntyre. Be 91 and 01, 11, 321.
Did anybody else get post-match assault?
Yes, assault points are going to go to Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley is going to get 4 points for an assault. And then he's also going to get 2 points, 1 for a spear, and 1 for, there was something else here. What was it? I could have sworn he hit 2 moves. I just only hit 1. All right, Lashley gets 4 for an assault, 1 for a spear then. It's 5 points to Lashley. And then Baron Corbin was out there. He gets 4 points for an assault and 1 point for a chokeslam backbreaker. It's 5 points to Baron Corbin. And then assault points are going to go to, Seth freaking Rollins is going to get 4 for an assault, 3 for using a chair is 7, and 1 for a curb stomp is 8 points to Seth Rollins. It's him at 368. And then Roman Reigns gets 4 for an assault, 2 Superman punches is 6, and a spear is 7 points to Roman. It's him at 12. So there we go. We go to a commercial. We come back from the commercial. We get a promo for Fighting With My Family, now in theaters. We then have the entrance of Bayley and Sasha Banks, the women's tag team champions. Followed by the entrance of Nia and Tamina. These two will face for the titles at Fastlane this Sunday. But tonight is this is a one-on-one match between Nia and Bayley with their respective partners in their corner. And the match opened with Nia tossing Bayley out of the ring before we get to a commercial. We come back from the commercial with Bayley avoiding a body avalanche in the corner. Jax avoiding an elbow, and then Bayley avoiding an elbow as well. Bayley then sent Nia Jax face first into the mat with a bulldog. Nia followed up with a running body attack where she just ran Bayley down. Then tossed Bayley across the ring, applied a chin lock. Bayley countered that with a jawbreaker and sent Nia into the middle turnbuckle. Nia then used her power to hang Bayley up at the Tree of Woe and hit a running splash on her. Sasha got close to Bayley, so Nia grabbed her by the hair, and Bayley used the opportunity to hit a running knee on Jax. Sasha then threw Tamina into the steps to take her out of the picture. Bayley went up top and connected with the big Bayley elbow drop for the win. Now, there you go. So we'll go ahead and do the losers first. So we'll do Nia and Tamina. Okay, so up here. All right, we'll start off with the side people first. So Tamina and Sasha are both going to get 5 for accompaniment and 6 for interference. So they will get that. Yes, that's correct. Okay, so 11 points to each of them. 11 for Tamina. Becomes 150. And 11 for Sasha. That's 364. We then go to the match proper, where Nia Jax is going to get 5 points for being in this match. And she's also going to get 1 for the running body attack, one for the corner splash as well. So that's going to be 5, 6, 7 points to Nia Jax. Actually, no. Hang on. All right, and then the buzzer. Yeah, okay. No, that's right. Okay, yeah, 7 points to Nia Jax. So 228. And then Bayley will get 20 points for winning this match. She'll get 5 for being in it, is 25. And she'll get 1 point for a Bulldog. The Bulldog and the elbow drop. I don't think the jawbreaker and the running knee might. I'll give her 3 on it. So therefore, Bayley gets 20 for winning the match, 5 for being in it's 25, and 3 moves is 28 points to Bayley. Puts her at 358. We see a shot in the back of everybody getting ready for what is our main event segment tonight. And after a commercial, we get to the Ric Flair 70th birthday celebration. Woo! Woo! All right. So the whole roster came out to the stage to watch the celebration. There were balloons. They put out a black carpet. There was a cake in the ring. Stephanie and Triple H made their entrance, and Hunter said that when you get on the road to WrestleMania, things get amped up, and you get nights like tonight when Roman Reigns reclaims his yard and Ronda Rousey lays down the Women's Championship and makes an ultimatum, or you have nights like tonight where Becky Lynch goes to jail. But all of that pales in comparison to why they're here right now, to celebrate the 70th birthday of the greatest sports entertainer of all time, the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Then to proceed to introduce a series of special guests that are here tonight. The first being Shawn Michaels, who, of course, had classic matches with Ric Flair at WrestleMania 24 when he retired Ric Flair. Then Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, one of Ric Flair's greatest rivals. Then Kurt Angle, who was in the house of the party. Followed by the man named Sting, one of, if not Ric Flair's outright greatest rival. Triple H then said that Flair really is a kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, and you know the rest. And that rather than talk about him, let's look at what's causing all this. And there's a video package of Ric Flair showing all of his classic moments and his 16 world titles, of course. So that's cool. Stephanie then unveiled a custom big gold belt World Heavyweight Championship title they had made for Flair with his name on it. But then when Triple H proceeded to introduce Ric Flair, he did not come out to his theme music. The camera cut backstage where we see Batista, of all people, dragging a cameraman by the scruff of his neck, holding the camera, to Ric Flair's dressing room. He then goes into the dressing room. There are sounds of a struggle, and Batista then drags a red-faced Ric Flair out of his dressing room by the scruff of his jacket and tosses him in the hallway. Then proceeds to pull the camera guy over, look at the camera, and ask, "Hey, Hunter, do I have your attention now?" Triple H then jumped out of the ring and ran to the backstage area, and for some reason was the only one who reacted to this and wanted to go check out Ric Flair, despite all these legends and the entire roster being there. Hunter got to the backstage area and found Flair down on the ground, Batista long gone. Referees and producers at Finley were there checking on Flair. Triple H started screaming at them to get the doctor. Get the doctor. and Raw goes off the air. So there you go.
Did you give 4 points for the main event?
It's not a match, so there's no main event point.
No, I meant for last match. When you give him 4, or at least points
Oh
for
yeah,
the
because
last match.
that women's match was the main event. You're right. Shoot. Go ahead. Oh. Well, there's an ironic turnaround. You being the only one that remembered the main event points. Okay, so yeah, in that case, what we're gonna do is Nia Jax is gonna get 4 points for being in the main event. We'll up those. That's gonna put her at 232, and then Bayley will get 4 for being in the main event and 5 for winning the main event. Is an extra 9 points to Bayley, which is 367. And then for this main event segment, we're not really going to give any points for it because it was all legends. The only person I will give points to is Batista for an assault. We'll note him at the bottom until such time as he's assigned, because it's obviously a storyline. Batista will get
Was it
4
Assault
points.
the Hunter?
What's that?
Was his Assault the Hunter?
No, his assault was to Ric Flair. He beat up Ric Flair in his locker room and then dragged him out to the hallway to get Hunter's attention, because they're going to have a WrestleMania match now, presumably. And thus endeth Monday Night Raw. How about that? So with that, let's go ahead and check the score, shall we?
Sure.
Let's see where we're at here. We're going to do a save and a data refresh. All right, following that program, still in the lead at 63.51 is Extremely Legit Yes Movement. Followed at second at 59.32 by the Rowdy Lass Kickers. And in last place is still me at 39.45 with the Big Dogs Club. So,
No, I messed up somewhere.
uh-oh.
The only one I got wrong were my score points. Got right were my score points.
Oh, dear. Well, we'll sort that out later.
Yeah.
In the meantime, let's continue on to the SmackDown. And our very own Tiff has the SmackDown scores.
Hi.
So, Tiff, being that you are, being that I have to do 205 tonight as well, would you like to read SmackDown in addition to giving the numbers to kind of mix things up a little bit?
Yeah, I suppose so.
All right. So, do you have your? I have the link here. I can give it to you.
Okay.
Let me go over to the Skypes here. I'll send that over. You can fire up the old genre board there. So more big returns on this evening, so you can go ahead and give that a read through, and we can discuss that as we go.
Also, I think my read-through will sound boring.
I don't think it'll sound boring. Have a little self-confidence. I think it'll be entertaining. Changes it up a little bit. They're tired of hearing my boring-ass voice constantly. By the way, I did forget to mention one quick thing that I do. I normally mention at the top of the program is that Raw emanated from Atlanta, Georgia, this past week. So we'll go ahead and work that in there. And SmackDown, and of course, cruelest of all ironies, Ric Flair's birthday party is on Raw, and SmackDown's a show that's in Charlotte, North Carolina. Flair country. I think you cross-booked that, guys.
Are we ready? Oh.
Sorry, did the headset do the thing again?
Yeah, it did.
My bad. I am ready. Go ahead.
You are ready. Oh, shoot.
Doesn't sound like you're ready.
No, I was ready, but something went wonky somewhere. So we started with the contract signing between Kofi Kingston and Daniel Bryan, and they were about to do the signing and everything when Mr. McMahon comes out and he stops everybody, and he talks about how there's somebody at least probably more deserving in this than Kofi is, and he brings out Kevin Owens.
Big welcome back to Big KO.
Before that they had there was fans that had chanting to Kofi that you deserve it for Kingston before everything got switched up.
Yeah, it's also worth noting that Shane cut a good promo where he talked up Kofi being a multi-time Intercontinental Champion as well as a U.S. Champion. And I talked about him as part of the New Day and all that he's accomplished there. And Shane said that perhaps they overlooked him, but not anymore.
Anything else you would like to add?
No, I'm good.
So if we were to go to the scoring,
Uh-huh.
I believe everybody.
So you're going to summarize the points and not read it like I do. Fair enough. Change the
Well,
style. I like it.
I mean, I tried to summarize it, and I wasn't going to try and read the whole thing because
that's fair. That works for me.
Trying to make it short.
Yeah, this was overall a good segment. I think they did a good job where, you know, we're showing Vince as though he doesn't have confidence in Kofi, so he's bringing in. Vince is doing a great job playing this role recently of doesn't have confidence in the people that the fans like, so, and which is kind of an old school role for him, and I like that. And by having him do it, it keeps Triple H and Stephanie and the others sort of in the good graces of the audience.
Now, since this is not a storyline of any sort, that would mean that Shane and Stephanie don't get any points, obviously, right?
That is correct.
Alright. So, first of all, Rowan is going to get a mini because all he did was stand there.
Sounds like Rowan. That's good. Put him at 87.
And then for the rest, we have Daniel, Kofi, Big E, Xavier, and Kevin. All 5 promo points.
All right. And Brian. And 5 to Kofi, right?
Yep.
Can you run that list again? Brian, Kofi.
Brian, Kofi, Big E, Xavier, and Kevin.
Got it. Big E Langston. And Xavier Woods. And the Big KO back from the hiatus. To 20. All right.
Just give me 1 second. Getting jumbled here. Alrighty. Moving on.
Moving on up, moving on up.
To the east side. And then we have Kevin Owens backstage in the office of Shane and Stephanie, where Owens was talking about how he's glad that their father realizes his talents and that he wanted to suggest something for later, and that was Owens teaming up with Kofi Kingston against Daniel Bryan and Rowan. And Stephanie said that they'll take it under consideration, and with the recapper, what he said, in other words, it means that they have nothing else booked, so they might as well do it.
Yeah, that's about right.
So I believe that's another 5 promo points to Kevin Owens.
That is another promo to KO. All right, 25. Boom.
Boomity boom.
Roll it along.
We have... Where is it? We have Sheamus and Cesaro there in the ring, and Jeff Hardy's music hits. It was supposed to be Johnny Gargano against Cesaro, but suddenly the Hardy Boys duo, they come out, so it's Matt and Jeff that made their entrance. So this next match...
I thought it was supposed to be Aleister Black and Ricochet versus the Bar.
Maybe you're thinking of a different day. I don't know.
Well, no, because they ended up in a match later in the night with Rusev and Nakamura, and I think they pulled that out of their asses. So I think they got shunted to that match, and then this match got booked. I could be wrong, though.
Okie dokie. Whatever you say.
Artichoke.
Karaoke. Smoky. Anywho, we have the next match, which is going to be a tag team match, player, against the Hardy Boys with the Bar.
Matt Hardy's back, people. And for the record, by the way, I've been told by Jeff that apparently Matt Hardy posted a promo video somewhere on YouTube explaining that he's apparently now Master Morpher Matt Hardy. And what I mean by that, if you're a Power Ranger fan like I am, it's the Morpher that the Ultimate Power Ranger Tommy uses to change forms now. Matt Hardy can apparently now switch between all of his forms at will. He can summon the Broken Brilliance, control his condition, and summon the Broken Brilliance should it be necessary, and summon the Woken Wisdom to lead them, to lead the Broken Universe. He can go up on top of a ladder and jump off with a chair and the leg drop, put his body on the line like the extreme Hardy Boy that he is. Or, if necessary, Matt Hardy V1 will return to lead the Mattitude followers. So apparently he's now all the Matt Hardys. Anyway, please continue. I apologize.
Alrighty, so we have Sheamus and Cesaro. They were in control of Matt, who looked like he seemed to be in good shape, and Matt came back with a kick in the back elbow. The Hardys did a double team leg drop on Cesaro. Jeff hit a running somersault dive off of Matt's back over the top rope and onto the Bar who were on the floor. Then we go to commercial. After commercial, the action continued with the Bar isolating Jeff with a double clothesline. Jeff came back with a Whisper in the Wind attack off the top rope to take both members of the Bar out. Matt got a hot tag off, that sent Cesaro face first into the turnbuckles multiple times. Matt did the delete sign and a clothesline. Matt hit the side effect, followed by an elbow drop in the middle, off the middle rope for a 2 count. Cesaro sent, Matt to the middle rope, and Sheamus hit the knee lift to knock Matt down for 2. And then Jeff got back in to block a double team attack and hit the Twist of Fate on Cesaro. Matt with a roll up on Sheamus And a twist of fate on Sheamus. Jeff with a tag went up top for a swanton bomb on Sheamus for a pinfall, which after 8 minutes of the match. The Hardy Boys are the winners.
Nice.
Alrighty, so let's go with the bar.
They are the bar.
They are the bar.
All right. Who are we doing
We
first?
have Cesaro 5 for the match, and one move is 6 points for Cesaro.
6 to Cesaro. All right. And Sheamus.
He has 5 for the match and 2 move points. That gives him 7 points.
What's that? 140. All right.
Alright.
So
we're gonna go with Matt Hardy because Jeff had the pinfall.
we're gonna have to add Matt Hardy on the bottom because he was removed from the roster because we thought he was retired. So
we have 5 for the match, 15 for the win. We have 1, 2, 3, 7 move points, which gives him 20 points. 27. I'm sorry.
All right, 27. Bada boom.
I just gotta add him. Just give me 1 second. We have Jeff. We have 5 for the match, 20 for the win. 5 move points gives him 30 points.
All right, go Jeff. That'll be 195.
Oh yes, okay.
All right.
Alrighty. So we have Ricochet and Alistair Black. They were in the locker room. They were watching the TV. Ricochet was saying that it was how cool it was to see that the Hardys were back. Lana showed up and trash talk both Black and Ricochet, saying that they were no match for Rusev and Nakamura. Ricochet said that people doubt him, get proven wrong. But oh shoot, I was on such a roll. Proven wrong by what he can do, and Black said that Nakamura and Rusev would fade to black.
Fade to black. I like that catchphrase.
I do too.
It's a good one. Also, it's just me. Does Lana sound weird without the Russian accent?
Possibly. I mean, she had it, and it was her shtick, and then she lost it.
Because she used it for such a long time, despite it being fake, obviously. I got so used to it that I hear her doing this, and she's like, there's the tiniest bare hint of it, but she's not using it. And it's like, no, you don't sound like Lana anymore. This is weird. I'm sure I'll get used to it like we got used to Kofi suddenly not having a Jamaican accent, but it'll take time.
I never heard him with a Jamaican accent.
Oh, look at some old videos of Kofi Kingston Jamaican accent.
What are you doing?
There was even a great bit they did once back when they were feuding with the Vaudevillains, back when the Vaudevillains were a tag team. Mm-hmm. The New Day did a bit where they had a fake time machine in the ring, and they pretended to go back in time to the time frame that the Vaudevillains were so fond of, talking up as being the time of real men and honor and things like that. And they made a bunch of stupid jokes on the time frame. And one of the jokes they did partway through is when they were going in to go back in time, partway through, Kofi's old theme music hit, and he popped out and started shouting in the Jamaican accent. And then Xavier Biggie pulled it back in, like, no. It was pretty hilarious. That's a great bit. That's a great clip if you could find. Throw like New Day Time Machine in YouTube. It'll probably come up. That was a great segment. Anyway, that's gonna be a promo to Ricochet, Aleister Black, and Lana. And Lana. All right, 40. Okay.
And right after that, they had R-Truth make his entrance with Corey Graves, favorite wrestler Carmella, with Truth set to make a U.S. title open challenge. After the break, we go to a commercial break, and then after coming back from that, video package aired of the Honky Tonk Man being the next inductee into the 2019 WWE Hall of Fame.
Well deserved, I might add. Longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time.
After that video package aired, we have R-Truth had his title, and he did a promo with Carmella. And that he had said that ever since he was a kid, he wanted to be like his hero, John Cena, which I thought it was kind of funny, and so did the recapper, because they're either John Cena and R-Truth are either the same age, or one of them is older than the other.
No, Truth is actually older than him, which is pretty funny.
Truth and Carmella did their dance break, and then the title open challenge.
All right,
to begin the open challenge. Andrade and Selena Vega, they went down to answer the challenge, but Mysterio knocked down Andrade in the aisle, and Mysterio got to the ring first. Andrade and Mysterio, they were both in the ring, so Truth said that he didn't know who to face, asked what would John Cena do, and Carmella said that Cena would face both of them. Excuse me. And Truth said, "Damn, he brave." Truth said that he was thinking more like to looking at both guys saying, "No, thank you. No, thank you." And Truth said he was going to make John proud, and let's do a triple threat.
Nice. Yeah, that's a title and a specialty. That's a big point match right there.
If you're listening to how I score, you might pick up on something that I might have forgotten. So just going to point that out.
Okay.
Okay, so we start the match, and Andrade kicked Mysterio down, and Mysterio sent Andrade out of the ring with the head scissors. Truth had a running forearm on Mysterio. Andrade grabbed Truth off the apron and hit a powerbomb onto the floor. Mysterio kicked Andrade down. Then Mysterio went for a sliding attack under the bottom rope onto the floor, but Andrade kicked him in the ribs to put him down, which led to a break. After the commercial break, we returned with Truth putting Andrade on his shoulders, and Mysterio, hit a springboard hurricanrana on Andrade for a 2 count, which is said was a great spot. Truth with a forearm to the chest, and then there was a double crossbody block collision with Mysterio that put both guys down. Andrade with a double knee attack on Mysterio against the turnbuckle. Andrade then tried to attack on Truth, but Truth moved and hit a clothesline. Truth with a jumping sidekick on Andrade. He then with corner splash on Andrade and a spinning slam, just like Cena. Truth did the "You Can't See Me" taunt and hit a 5-knuckle shuffle fist drop Just like Cena for a 2 count, Vega went to the apron to save Andrade, so Carmella pulled her off the apron. Andrade sent Truth into the ring post. Mysterio with a seated senton on Andrade, and Mysterio went for an attack, but Andrade hit a spinning back elbow for a 2 count. Truth got back into it with Mysterio drop kicked both guys and hit a 619 on Andrade while Truth moved. Truth gave Mysterio a roll up of death and covered the pinfall to retain the title in about 7 minutes.
Alrighty.
Mm-hmm.
So, who are we scoring first?
We shall score Zelina.
Alright.
5 for an accompaniment, and I believe, if I'm right about this, 6 for a distraction, which gives her 11.
Sounds right to me.
That she got up on the apron.
Right, that'll do it. So that'll be 86. Okay.
Okay, now we have Carmella. She has 5 for an accompaniment, 5 for a pre-match promo, and if it's right, for assault on Vega for pulling her off the apron.
So did she hit her with anything after that, or just pull her off the apron?
Just pull her off the apron.
Then I wouldn't constitute that one constituted assault. That one pull. I would not count that.
Then just 10 for Carmella. Then
sounds good. Puts Carmella at 151.
151. You've got to be kidding me. There it is.
I am not kidding you.
No, I thought I missed scoring Truth.
Oops.
And it was just on the next page, that's all.
I hate it when that happens.
Okay, let's see. Let's go with Andrade. He has 5 for the match and 3 for specialty. That's 8. And then he has 3 move points, which gives him 11.
All right, 11 points to Andrade is going to be 186.
Then we have Ray. He has 5 for the match, 3 for specialty, and then he has 4 move points, gives him 12 points.
All right. 136.
We have now. We have Truth. He has 5 for the match, 3 for a specialty, 20 for the win, 10 for a specialty win, 20 for retention, which gives him 58 so far.
Yep.
And 8 move points, which gives him 66. However, if you do not count the moves that he copied off of John Cena, which it'll give him 64 instead.
You know what? I'm going to count it as an honorary move thief. Because it was part of the bit, so I'm going to give it to him. So 66 points to R-Truth. But a generous move tonight. So let's see, that's 66. So it's been... That's good. 16. So I had 50 would be 208. And then another 16 is 224. Nice job, Truth.
So afterwards, we have post-match. Andrade attacked Mysterio from behind, and Mysterio fought back, going for a 619. Andrade escaped to the floor and to end the standoff.
Okay, so did Andrade himself escape, or did Zelina pull him out of the ring?
I don't remember seeing that, but the recapper says that he escapes to end the standoff.
Very well. So, did you count that escape in his match points?
No, I did not.
Then Andrade will get an additional 3 for an escape. Actually, I got 4 for an assault, 3 for an escape. Actually, so that's an extra 7 to Andrade. It's 193, and then Mysterio will also get assault for fighting back. Even 1
Well,
more.
let's just see something here for a second.
See something there for a second.
I was trying to see if Andrade had escaped, but I think, recalling it in my head, if I seen it correctly, when I was watching the show, I think he hit the 319 and then he like backed away as to escape. So I don't even think that there was an escape for Andrade. Like I don't think he has escape points.
So wait, he got hit with the move?
Yeah, I think he got hit with the move.
Let's see.
Because I mean, when I did the scoring, I have here post match that Andrade had an assault, Ray had an assault, and then one for the 619. I don't have it as written down as escape, but
Okay, then you might be right. Let's see here. Hang on. He Ray connected with the 619 just before the end of the match, but post match, Ray and Andrade continue fighting in the ring. Ray looks for another 619, but Andrade rolls out of the ring to avoid it.
oh, okay.
So no, that would be an evasion. That counts.
So I guess that's 7 to no, wait. Yeah, that's 7 to Andrade and only 4 to Ray.
Correct. Which is what I gave them.
Alrighty. Okay, so after all that, the SmackDown announce team, they are shown on camera letting us know that Bryan and Rowan versus Kingston Owens was officially for the main event. Charlotte was shown backstage walking because she was up next. Went to commercial. After commercial, there was a graphic letting us know that WWE YouTube channel has 40 million subscribers, and they are very successful on there. That's good content. Excuse me. There was the clip showing what happened earlier tonight about Kevin Owens replacing Kingston in the title match at Fastlane against Bryan. And Now we come to Charlotte in the ring. She made her entrance in her street clothes. She was talking about the last time she don't remember the last time she wrestled on the show. It's been a while. Clips aired from Raw showing Ronda Rousey and Becky Lynch's latest altercation. Just her talking about Ronda Rousey's promo from November and stuff of that nature. Long story short, it was a good heel promo from Charlotte, and that promo points go to Charlotte. Jim.
Yep, so that's promo to Charlotte?
Yep.
Cool. Was her at 120 even?
No.
I had her at 117.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's 5 points. 122. I don't know how to count today. Never mind.
Then we come to Aleister Black making his entrance as a tag team match with Ricochet, and they get a standing ovation. After the commercial, there was a team of Rusev and Shinsuke, and they were making their way to the ring for a tag team match. Excuse me.
And no one cared. I'm sorry. That's a stupid idea for a team. You turned Rusev heel for no reason when he was hot as hell as a face, especially when he had Aiden English. And Nakamura has just been doing fucking nothing forever. So I don't know what the problem is. Then Nakamura should really just go back to Japan where he could be a mega star where he belongs. Because he's an amazing wrestler, but WWE does not use him properly whatsoever. And I don't know if it's the booking or what it is, but I think he had a way better gig in Japan.
So we have the match of Rusev and Shinsuke with Lana versus Aleister Black and Ricochet. There was some taunting earlier on from Nakamura doing his come on chant while Black took a seat in the ring. Ricochet tagged in, sliding kick to the head. Rusev tagged and stomped away on Ricochet, trying to use his power moves. Rusev called him a rookie and stomped away some more. Nakamura and Rusev made quick tags, with Nakamura getting some kicks with the legs, while Rusev hit a suplex or a 2 count. Ricochet avoided the attack by Rusev. Black tagged in and knocked down Nakamura with a spin kick and a kick to the head. Rusev distracted Black, so Nakamura kicked him out of the ring. Rusev ran over Black with a clothesline on the floor, leading to the break. After the commercial, we come back and the match continued with Rusev in control against Black as Rusev applied a bear hug. When Black broke free, Rusev decked him with a clothesline. Rusev then lifted up Black, who landed on top of Rusev, and Ricochet got the hot tag. Ricochet got the hot tag, sorry. Excuse me. Ricochet with a kick to Rusev's head, then a Hurricane Rana, a shoulder tackle against the turnbuckle, and Rusev hit a kick to the head. Ricochet with a springboard elbow smash, followed by a standing shooting star press for a 2 count. Ricochet then went up top. Rusev avoided an attack, and Rusev managed to hit a spinning sidewalk slam for a 2 count. Rusev then continued to rant about Ricky's as he hit Ricochet with a punch. Nakamura tagged back in with Ricochet sent Rusev to the floor and knocked Nakamura down. Ricochet then hit a moonsault dive over the top rope onto Rusev onto the floor. Nakamura then hit a reverse exploder suplex on Black, and Nakamura wanted the Kinshasa knee, but Black hit a spinning Black Mass kick to the face for a pinfall and win of 10 minutes of action. So Ricochet and Aleister Black are the winners.
Alright, so it would have been nice if Ricochet got the win here, considering Aleister Black got the win in their Raw match, but fair enough. Point me.
Point you. Okay, so we have Lana 5 for an accompaniment.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, alright.
And we got 45. So then we have Shinsuke. He has 5 for the match and 3 move points, gives him 8 points.
Alright. Let's make 212.
We have let's see, Rusev. He has 5 for the match. He has I did this wrong. I don't recall reading anything about a distraction. Do you?
Let's see. Let's see. Distraction. Rusev distracted Black, but he's in the match, so that doesn't count.
Okay, that's it then.
Yeah. So it would only count if you're a non-participant in the match doing a distraction.
Excuse me.
You are excused.
So, excuse me. Rusev has 5 for the match and 7 move points, gives him 12.
All right. 12 to Rusev for not matching.
That's 12, so 172.
Yes.
Then we have Ricochet. He has 5 for the match, 15 for the win, and we have 7 move points. Gives him 27 points.
All right. 104, 114, and the 7 is 120. 1, yeah.
And then
Aleister Black.
He has 5 for the match, 20 for the win, 3 for the escape of bear hug, but I think that could be wrong. I don't think we should be counting that because I don't think it's much of a.
Actually, no, Rusev does do a bear hug. That counts.
Okay, so 20 for the win, 5 for the match, 3 for an escape gives him 28, and 3 move points gives him 31.
All right, because 96, that would become 06, 16, 126. All right. It's amazing how many points you can earn when you're on both shows winning matches every week.
Yeah. Okay. We have AJ Styles who was backstage. He was being interviewed by Kayla Braxton.
AJ Styles.
Clap, 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 clap.
Exactly.
He began by saying that he was happy to hear that Roman Reigns is in remission. Roxon pointed out that Styles had been a cornerstone of SmackDown for many years, nearly 3 years, and she asked, "How is AJ moving forward?" Styles said that nothing has been said that he hasn't already asked himself. Styles said that anything less than perfection is a disappointment. He also noted that recently he hasn't been at his best, and he's partly to blame for the rise of Daniel Bryan, and he did not succeed in stopping Daniel Bryan. He also said that he's not going to stop trying. Styles mentioned that it took him 15 years to get to WWE, and nothing was ever given to him. Styles said he'll stop listening to critics, dust himself off, step up to the next challenger, and justify his claim that this is the house that AJ Styles built. Randy Orton showed up right beside Styles. Orton says, "The house that AJ Styles what?" And Orton left unimpressed. So, um, 5 for AJ Styles and Randy Orton for a promo.
Alrighty. And Orton. $78. Okay.
After that, Lacey Evans made her entrance in a dress, and she waved at fans, walked down the ramp, took off her white gloves, and walked back up the ramp.
Okay
This
then.
is her shtick now, so far.
Yep, pretty much.
So 3, 4. Well, I'm going to say 5 because she made an appearance.
Sounds good. Even that's the equivalent of a promo for her because she doesn't really spoken much yet, so we'll count it.
Okay. Okay.
We're almost there,
so
Tiff. Bring it home.
After that, there was a commercial. After the commercial, there was the video package about Roman Reigns' announcement on Raw with the leukemia illness he has been battling and is in remission, and that he's ready to return to WWE. Kofi Kingston made his entrance alone without the same enthusiasm that he had at the start of the show.
Hashtag
Commercial.
sad Kofi.
Hashtag sad Kofi. Commercial. After commercial, we have Kevin Owens. He was already in the ring while Daniel Bryan and Rowan were in the ring as well after they finished their entrance. So now we have the main event, and it's the match of Daniel Bryan and Rowan against Kofi Kingston and Kevin Owens. We have Bryan that already tagged out because he didn't want to face Kingston at the start of the match. Rowan took off his flannel shirt and wrestled in a blank tank top. Rowan then
Of
with
course
a body
not,
slam
because
on.
sorry, I said of course not because Daniel Bryan is playing a chicken shit heel because that's the only kind of heel WWE knows how to write these days.
Seems like it. Rowan with a body slam on Kingston. Kingston came back with kicks, and then Rowan hit a shoulder tackle, and Owens tagged himself in. Owens ran at Rowan, and Rowan hit an impressive drop kick. Bryan tagged in with Owens decking him with a running back elbow and tagged in Kingston. Kingston then hit a back body drop on Bryan to send him out of the ring. Owens ran the ropes, leading to a dive over the top rope to the floor, with Rowan grabbing the top rope to help him get over. And it goes to commercial. After commercial, we have the match return with Rowan working over Kingston in a chin lock. Rowan with a backstabber. Bryan tagged in with an uppercut followed by a drop kick to the back while Kingston was up against the ropes. Bryan with a running drop kick on Kingston on the apron. Owen with a body slam and on Kingston on the floor. Rowan then with a running splash on Kingston for a 2 count. Rowan picked up Kingston and slammed him into the top turnbuckle. Bryan worked over Kingston with a few punches. Bryan then gave Kingston a huge superplex off the top rope for a 2 count. They had a nice exchange of moves with Kingston getting a roll up for 2. Bryan came back with a label lock submission hold, leading to Kingston getting his hand on the bottom ropes to break the hold. Bryan with 2 running drop kicks against the turnbuckle, but Kingston came back with a double foot stomp to take down Bryan. Owens then tagged in. He worked over Bryan with chops and a back body drop. Owens with a running clothesline against the turnbuckle and a missile drop kick off the middle ropes. He then comes back with a senton splash on Bryan and he kicked Rowan off the apron. Owens with a cannonball splash on Bryan against the turnbuckle. Rowan in the ring. Owens sent Rowan out of the ring and a super kick knocked Rowan off the apron. Bryan then charged Owens with a pop-up powerbomb. And it was only good for a 2 count. Owens tried going to the top rope, but Rowan pulled him down and threw Owens over the announce table. Kingston jumped onto Rowan onto the floor. Rowan caught him with Kingston, sent Rowan to the ring post, and Kingston hit the trust fall dive onto Rowan and onto the floor. Bryan tossed Owens back into the ring with Bryan charged. He went for a knee and missed. Bryan hit the ropes. Owen with a kick to the guts and a Stone Cold Stunner connected with a pinfall for the win after 16 minutes. With Kofi and Kevin Owens the victors.
All right.
All right. That's not it. Let's see. Who first? We're going to go with Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan.
All right.
We have 5 for the match, 4 for the main event. We have 2 running drop kicks, which is 11 points, and then 4 move points gives him 15 points.
All right. So that's going to be $3.99 and 5 is $4.04.
404. We have Rowan. He has 5 for the match, 4 for the main event. And he has 7 move points, gives him 16 points.
All right. 16 points to Rowan. Where is he, Rowan? Here we go, Rowan. 16 points. That becomes 97, and then 6 is 103.
And then we have Kofi. He has 5 for the match, 15 for the win, 4 for the main event. It gives him 24. And we have 3 for an escape. That gives him 27. And 4 move points gives him 31 points.
All right, 31 and 9 has put him at 240. Nice and even.
Kofi, 240.
Yep.
Okay, we have Kevin Owens. He has 5 for the win, 5 for the match, 20 for the win, 4 for the main event. Gives him 24, 5 for the main event win, which is 29. in 10 move points. Can you tell me why that gives him 44? I did my calculations wrong.
Uh-oh.
Because he has 20 for the win.
Okay.
Okay, and then I see we have 5 for the match, which is 25. 5 for the main event win, which is 30.
Mhm.
Gives him 4 points for the main event, which gives him 39.
That gets him 34.
34, and then 10 move points gives him 44. That's right.
44 points to KO, which comes 64, and 5 is 69.
And let's end this SmackDown.
All right. Well done, Tiff. I wish Hangout had got rid of the sound effects. That would be the applause sound effect. Let's go ahead and check the scores. Oh, shit. Okay. Luckily, I didn't actually write the raw scores down yet, but I didn't refresh it yet, so I'm okay. I hope I actually did my job. Teams did 20. Wait, no, it's not the 25th. What the hell was the? What was the 25th?
24th, and then 25th.
No, it's the 25th and 26th.
Sure about that?
Yes. Monday was February 25th, and Tuesday was February 26th.
Okay.
So therefore, this is going to be 1 and 39.45, and this one is 59.32. Okay, now we can do the refresh of the data for the new scores.
I'm not gonna go there because I know I'm messed up right now.
All right, so in the lead at 64.30 is Extremely Legit Yes Movement. You're still in second, Tiff. The Rowdy Last Kickers at 6,068. I'm back at 4,083. 220 points. Sorry, 2,020 points behind.
Just a quick note. We're almost done, right?
Yep, we just got 205.
Because it's about 10 to 3, and I need to get up early.
Okay, well, I mean, like I said, I'm not gonna get 205. If you want to take off, I can do 205 alone. That's up to you. I mean, I'm just gonna read through Jeff's notes that he gave me. It's up to you.
Well, I don't want you to try and do. Well, I mean, I guess you can, but.
No, let's go. It shouldn't take too long. Let's just tear into it.
Okay.
Go ahead, let me open up Jeff's notes that I have. Let me get rid of this. Get rid of this extra stuff I have over here. There we go. Okay, save this and close it out. I should get rid of this too. Yeah. Okay. Save that and get that there. Let me go ahead and open the notes here. All right. So 205 live. We opened up with a, and what I don't know if this is, because I know they're holding a tournament right now, but I don't know if some of these were tournament matches or not. But either way, the opening match was Tony Nese versus Kalisto of the Lucha House Party. With Tony Nese getting the win. So good for Tony Nese there. So we'll start off with Kalisto, who did not win the match. Kalisto is going to get 5 points for a pre-match promo. He's going to get 5 points for being in the match. Is 10. He's going to get 15 counter points for countering 2 avalanche German suplexes, and a pump handle driver, and avoiding a 450 splash and the running knees. Plus 14 move points for a springboard arm drag, a soul kick, a reverse roundhouse kick, a suicide dive, a high crossbody, a tilt-a-whirl hurricanrana, an apron kick, a drop into dime, a tilt-a-whirl DDT, a hurricanrana DDT, a 450 splash, a roll-through kick, a super kick, and another hurricanrana for a total of 39 points to Kalisto.
Did you put some at what?
78 and 9 would be 287. Meanwhile, Tony Nese will get 20 points for winning the match at 5 for being in at his 25. He'll get 12 counter points for countering a hurricanrana and 3 Salida del Sol, as well as 2 move points for the avalanche German suplex and a running Nese. Is a total of 34 points to Tony Nese. So congratulations, Nese. You won the match and still got less points than your opponent. Good job. So what did I say that was? No, I lost it. What the hell is over here?
34 points, I think.
All right, so 34, and then the 9. 30, 36, 143. Yeah. 14.3, 143. There we go. All right. Also, Lindsay Dorado gets 5 points for a promo with Kalisto as well.
So Lindsay and Kalisto both get promo points?
I don't. Yeah. Kalisto's promo points were already worked in with the points we gave him.
Oh, okay.
That was counted in there. So Lindsay Dorado just gets 5 points. All right. I guess Grand Metal League wasn't around because it doesn't mention anything about that. So moving along. We then have a promo of Buddy Murphy, who was watching Tony Nese's match and grabbed some random staff member to cheer Tony Nese's win on with him after the match. So a promo to Buddy Murphy. All right. Next, we have a promo in the back with Jack Gallagher, who attempts to teach, quote-unquote, Umberto Carrillo not to take risks in the ring, reinforcing his good friend Jack Gallagher's pitch for a better 205 Live without high-flying stuff. So, promo to Gentleman Jack Gallagher and Umberto Carrillo.
Why does his name sound like Alberto Del Rio?
I don't know. Humberto Carrillo. Oh, excuse me. There he is. 9. Okay. Let's go back over. Next, we have another promo where we see Drew Gulak prepping for his match outside the locker room, where Jack and Umberto were. So that's a mini to Drew Gulak. 3 points. We then see another promo where Akira Tozawa, the whole series of these promos, Akira Tozawa is shown giving the Brian Kendrick, a.k.a. Spanky, a pep talk in the hallways before the match. So it's 5 for Tozawa and 3 for Kendrick. And then we have a promo of Mike and Maria Kanellis attempting to plead their case to DM the GM in regards to the previous week's match, which Mike Kanellis lost. And DM the GM replies that the ref's decision was correct and it will stand, but that Mike Kanellis did take Cedric Alexander to the limit last week. And that does go a long way with the GM. And so he tells him to go on home and informs Mike that he will have another match next week. So promo to the Kanellises. $88 for Mike. And $62 for Maria. All right. So following that, we go to what was our main event match of the evening, and that was Drew Gulak taking on the Brian Kendrick. Brian Kendrick shaved for the match.
Shaved off his mustache.
Yeah, interesting. Guess Triple H told him not to grow the beard out because it made him look too heel. Also, Drew has a full beard, so maybe they wanted the stark difference between the face and the heel. No, could be. Anyway, let's go ahead and do this. So Drew Gulak got the win here for this main event. So we will start off with the Brian Kendrick. The Brian Kendrick gets 5 points for being in the match, 4 for being in the main event, 21 counterpoints, including countering 2 Gulaks, an ankle lock, a pendulum stretch, a clover leaf, and 2 wishbone hand wrenches. And 6 move points for an armbar, a running heel kick, a standing corkscrew crossbody, a dragon suplex, the captain's hook, and a super kick. Is 35 points to the Brian Kendrick. It's 180. All right. Got that, Tiff?
Yep.
And last but not least, so your winner of the main event, Drew Gulak for a better 205 Live. We'll get 5 points for being in the match, 4 for being in the main event, 20 points for winning the match, 5 points for winning the main event, 15 counter points for countering an armbar, a running bulldog, a sliced bread, 2 sliced bread number 2s, and a captain's hook, and 8 move points for an ankle lock, a German suplex, a pendulum stretch, a clover leaf, 2 wishbone hand wrenches, a leg lock German suplex, a power bomb, and lastly the Gulak. For a total of 57 points to Drew Gulak. Damn. And 8 is going to be 165 for Drew Gulak. Interesting, they did a lot of promos and only had 2 actual matches on the program tonight. And I had the entirety of the main event, so that was actually not the entirety. I don't have Kendrick, but I do have Gulak, and he won, so that's nice. Always beneficial. All right, so that wraps up. Let's go check out the final scores for the night. I wrote down SmackDown scores, right? Yes, good. All right, let's see where we end up. Fresh and save again. All right. So in the lead at the end of the night at 65-22 is Extremely Legit Yes Movement, followed at 61-07 by the Rowdy Last Kickers. I'm way back at 41-58. Two, 4158, 6107. All right. So there we go. Let's take a look at the leaderboards to round the night out. Still, at the top, newly to the top of the leaderboards off of his retention is the Intercontinental Champion Finn Balor at 512, just ahead of the Raw Women's Champion Ronda Rousey at 504, and then a 100-point jump down to the WWE Champion Daniel Bryan at 404, followed by Akira Tozawa at 378. Seth freaking Rollins coming in at 368. just 1 point ahead of one half of the women's tag team champions, Bayley, at 367, who was only 3 points ahead of her partner, the other half of the women's tag team champions, Sasha Banks, at 364. Baron Corbin's coming in at 332, 10 points ahead of Becky Lynch, the man, at 322, and Drew McIntyre off of his escapades on Raw, coming in at 321, rounding out the top 10. Ambrose finally getting pushed out of there. We will see if that lasts through next week. All right. Bada bam. So that has been our program for the evening. Thank you, everyone out there in Internet Land, for joining us. Tiff, thank you for joining me as always.
Indeed.
And we will catch up with Jeff before the next recording, and we will sort out the roster concerns, and we'll see where the scores end up thereafter. It's WrestleMania, folks. WrestleMania season, the road to WrestleMania. Anything can happen. We will be with you next week. Peace. Nah.